Le Sénégal, sous mon magistère, sera un pays d'espérance, un pays apaisé, avec une justice indépendante.
How many leaders visit France with their heads straight? Many claim they are not treated fairly, but President Bassirou Diomaye Faye of Senegal stands apart. He was warmly welcomed during his visit to Paris, marking his first journey outside Africa, where he finalized agreements set to shape Africa's future. However, will this also mark the beginning of France exploiting Senegal under Faye's leadership? Or will Faye ensure that such exploitation never occurs? Let's find out. The president of Senegal, Mr. Bassirou Diomaye Faye, has arrived in Paris to participate in the Global Forum for Vaccine Sovereignty and Innovation. His arrival marks a historic moment, as it is the first time President Faye has traveled outside the African continent since his election in March this year. Faye, who was inaugurated on April 2nd, said he would be traveling to France on Wednesday. President Faye's visit to Paris is highly anticipated and carries significant weight for both Senegal and France. The Global Forum for Vaccine Sovereignty and Innovation, where he will be a key participant, is a crucial platform for addressing global health disparities and advancing vaccine autonomy for African nations. The forum will also serve as an opportunity for President Faye to engage with international leaders and discuss vital issues concerning health, trade, and regional security. Before talking about the impact of this decision on the future, let's first discuss what was the overall purpose of this. As you know, President Bassirou Diomaye Faye's visit to Paris centers around his participation in the Global Forum for Vaccine Sovereignty and Innovation. This forum, scheduled for Thursday, aims to address the critical issue of vaccine autonomy for African nations. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed significant disparities in vaccine access, highlighting the urgent need for developing countries, particularly in Africa, to have greater control over vaccine production and distribution. The forum has two primary objectives. The first objective is to launch the African Vaccine Manufacturing Accelerator (AVMA), an initiative that holds profound significance for enhancing health sovereignty across the African continent. The AVMA's goal is to establish local vaccine manufacturing capabilities, enabling African nations to produce at least 60% of the vaccines they need by 2040. This ambitious target represents a transformative step towards reducing dependence on external sources and ensuring that Africa can respond swiftly and effectively to future health crises. The importance of this initiative cannot be overstated, particularly in light of the lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic. During the pandemic, many African countries faced significant challenges in securing timely and adequate supplies of vaccines. This dependency on external sources not only delayed the continent's ability to respond to the health crisis, but also highlighted the vulnerabilities within the global health supply chain. The AVMA aims to address these vulnerabilities by building a more resilient and self-sufficient healthcare infrastructure in Africa. A key aspect of the AVMA is its focus on developing the necessary infrastructure, skills, and regulatory frameworks to support local vaccine production. This involves significant investment in state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities, research and development centers, and training programs for scientists, technicians, and regulatory experts. By creating a robust ecosystem for vaccine production, the AVMA will help ensure that African nations can develop, manufacture, and distribute vaccines independently, without relying on external sources. Moreover, the AVMA will promote collaboration between African countries and international partners. This collaboration is essential for sharing knowledge, expertise, and best practices in vaccine manufacturing. By working together, African nations can pool their resources and capabilities, creating a unified front to tackle health challenges more effectively. This spirit of cooperation will also extend to partnerships with global health organizations, pharmaceutical companies, and research institutions, fostering an environment of innovation and progress in vaccine production. Another critical element of the AVMA is its commitment to regulatory harmonization across the continent. Currently, the regulatory landscape for pharmaceuticals in Africa is fragmented, with different countries having varying standards and processes. This fragmentation can slow down the approval and distribution of vaccines. The AVMA aims to streamline these processes by promoting regulatory harmonization, ensuring that vaccines can be approved and distributed more efficiently across all African nations. This will not only speed up the response to health crises, but also enhance the overall quality and safety of vaccines produced on the continent. In addition to bolstering health sovereignty, the AVMA is poised to have a significant economic impact. The development of local vaccine manufacturing capabilities will create numerous job opportunities in the pharmaceutical and biotechnology sectors. This will contribute to economic growth and development, providing a much-needed boost to local economies. Furthermore, by reducing the need to import vaccines, African countries can save valuable foreign exchange, which can be reinvested in other critical areas such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Another objective of the forum is to foster a culture of innovation and research in the field of vaccines and immunization. This involves encouraging African scientists and researchers to engage in cutting-edge research and development activities. By providing funding, resources, and support for innovative projects, the forum aims to spur advancements in vaccine technology and immunization strategies. This focus on innovation is crucial for staying ahead of emerging health threats and ensuring that Africa remains at the forefront of global health advancements. The forum's emphasis on innovation also includes efforts to strengthen the continent's capacity for clinical trials and research. By developing robust clinical trial networks and research institutions, African countries can play a more active role in global health research. This will enable them to contribute to the development of new vaccines and treatments, ensuring that the unique health needs of African populations are addressed. Additionally, by participating in global research efforts, African scientists and institutions can gain valuable experience and expertise, further enhancing the continent's scientific capabilities. And what was the second reason for his visit? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. The second objective of the forum is to mark the commencement of Gavi's replenishment campaign for the period of 2026-2030. Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, stands as a global health partnership committed to expanding access to immunization in impoverished nations. Since its inception in 2000, Gavi has played a pivotal role in facilitating the delivery of vaccines to the world's most vulnerable populations, contributing significantly to global health equity. The replenishment campaign represents a critical phase in Gavi's ongoing mission. It is meticulously structured to secure financial commitments from a diverse array of stakeholders, including donor governments, private sector partners, foundations, and other institutions dedicated to global health. These commitments are not merely financial pledges. They represent a collective commitment to ensuring sustained and predictable funding for Gavi's vaccination programs over the next 5 years. At the heart of Gavi's mission is the conviction that immunization is a fundamental human right and a cornerstone of public health. By bolstering immunization coverage in underserved regions, Gavi aims to mitigate the devastating impact of vaccine-preventable diseases, which disproportionately affect the most marginalized communities. Through strategic partnerships and innovative financing mechanisms, Gavi has been instrumental in driving down vaccine prices, expanding vaccine availability, and strengthening health systems in low-income countries. The replenishment campaign for 2026-2030 builds upon Gavi's past successes while addressing emerging challenges in global health. One of the campaign's primary objectives is to bridge the immunization gap that persists in many developing countries. Despite progress in vaccine coverage over the past 2 decades, millions of children still lack access to basic immunization services. The replenishment campaign seeks to close this gap by scaling up vaccination efforts and reaching more children with life-saving vaccines. Financial commitments secured during the replenishment campaign will support a wide range of Gavi's initiatives. These include the procurement of vaccines at affordable prices, the strengthening of cold chain infrastructure to ensure vaccine efficacy, and the implementation of robust immunization campaigns tailored to local contexts. Additionally, funds will be allocated towards health system strengthening, capacity building, and the development of innovative delivery mechanisms to overcome logistical challenges and reach remote communities. Moreover, Gavi's replenishment campaign is designed to foster sustainability in global health investments. By encouraging long-term financial commitments from donors and partners, Gavi aims to create a stable funding environment that allows for strategic planning and continuous improvement of immunization programs. This approach not only enhances the efficiency and effectiveness of vaccine delivery, but also promotes resilience in health systems, enabling countries to better withstand health emergencies and outbreaks. The impact of Gavi's work extends far beyond the realm of public health. Improved immunization coverage contributes to broader socioeconomic development by reducing healthcare costs, increasing workforce productivity, and averting the long-term consequences of vaccine-preventable diseases. By preventing illness and disability, vaccines empower individuals and communities to thrive, laying the foundation for sustainable development and poverty alleviation. Furthermore, Gavi's replenishment campaign emphasizes equity and inclusivity in global health outcomes. It prioritizes reaching marginalized populations, including refugees, internally displaced persons, and communities affected by conflict or natural disasters. Through targeted vaccination campaigns and outreach efforts, Gavi strives to ensure that no child is left behind and that all individuals have equal access to life-saving vaccines, regardless of their socioeconomic status or geographical location. In addition to its direct impact on health outcomes, Gavi's replenishment campaign contributes to achieving several Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), particularly SDG 3 Good Health and Well-being, and SDG 10 Reduced Inequalities. By promoting universal immunization coverage, Gavi supports efforts to reduce child mortality, improve maternal health, and combat infectious diseases. It also fosters partnerships for the goals, encouraging collaboration between governments, international organizations, civil society, and the private sector to advance global health equity and resilience. Looking ahead to the period of 2026-2030, Gavi's replenishment campaign represents a beacon of hope for millions of children and families around the world. It embodies a collective commitment to building healthier, more resilient communities and laying the groundwork for a future where every individual can access the vaccines they need to thrive. By securing sustained funding and fostering strategic partnerships, Gavi continues to lead the charge towards a world where preventable diseases are a thing of the past and health equity is a reality for all. So, President Faye's participation in the forum highlights Senegal's commitment to global health initiatives and its leadership role in advocating for vaccine sovereignty. His involvement is a powerful statement of solidarity with other African nations and a call for international cooperation in addressing health disparities. By engaging with global leaders and stakeholders at the forum, President Faye seeks to build partnerships that will support the development of robust healthcare systems capable of meeting the needs of African populations. But does this also mean Senegal and France's relations are getting better? Another significant aspect of President Faye's visit is the opportunity to strengthen bilateral relations with France. Senegal and France have historically maintained strong political and economic ties, but recent events have created tensions that need to be addressed. President Faye's meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron at the Élysée Palace is a crucial step in this direction. During their discussions, the two leaders are expected to cover several key issues, including the presence of the French military base in Senegal. The presence of foreign military bases in African countries has been a contentious issue, with many Africans questioning the necessity and impact of these bases on their sovereignty and security. Last month, Senegal's Prime Minister, Lamine Sonko, raised questions about the French military base in Senegal, hinting at the possibility of its withdrawal. This topic is likely to be a major point of discussion between Presidents Faye and Macron, as they seek to find a mutually beneficial resolution that respects Senegal's sovereignty while addressing security concerns. In addition to security issues, the leaders will discuss trade agreements and economic cooperation. Senegal's economic growth presents numerous opportunities for trade and investment, and both countries have a vested interest in fostering a conducive environment for economic collaboration. President Faye, a left-wing Pan-Africanist, has emphasized that partnerships with foreign nations should be mutually beneficial. This stance reflects his commitment to ensuring that Senegal's economic development is driven by equitable and sustainable practices. The discussions on the CFA franc, the currency used by several West African countries and guaranteed by the French Treasury, will also be significant. The CFA franc has been a subject of debate, with some African leaders calling for reforms to enhance economic independence. President Faye's approach to this issue will be closely watched, as it could signal broader shifts in economic policy within the region. But will he let France exploit or ever compromise with Pan-Africans? President Faye's visit to Paris also provides a platform for advocating for Pan-Africanism and regional unity. His recent visits to Mali and Burkina Faso, where he sought to reintegrate these countries into the economic community of West African states ECOWAS, underscore his commitment to fostering regional cooperation. Mali and Burkina Faso have suspended operations of French military bases and withdrawn from ECOWAS, opting instead to create their Federation of Sahel states. President Faye's efforts to bridge these divides and promote unity are vital for regional stability and development. By engaging with international partners in Paris, President Faye is positioning Senegal as a leader in advocating for a self-reliant and united Africa. His vision for a continent that is capable of addressing its challenges and charting its course is resonant with the aspirations of many African nations. This visit is not just about bilateral relations with France, but also about reinforcing Senegal's role as a champion of Pan-African ideals on the global stage. And will he ever settle for an unfair partnership, where only one gets the benefit and the other gets exploited? President Faye's advocacy for fair partnerships transcends healthcare to encompass every facet of Senegal's international engagements, from economic relations and trade agreements to political alliances. His leadership is firmly rooted in principles of transparency, accountability, and respect for national sovereignty in all diplomatic interactions with global partners. This principled stance not only safeguards Senegal's interests, but also fosters regional integration and unity throughout Africa. President Faye's commitment to equitable partnerships is unwavering. He steadfastly upholds the belief that mutual benefit and respect are foundational to sustainable and meaningful collaborations. Whether negotiating trade deals or forging political alliances, he prioritizes agreements that ensure fair treatment and opportunities for all parties involved. This proactive approach not only enhances Senegal's standing on the global stage, but also strengthens its relationships within the African continent and beyond. Moreover, President Faye's stance against exploitation in partnerships is resolute. He rejects any arrangement where one party unfairly benefits at the expense of another's well-being or sovereignty. His leadership underscores the importance of fostering inclusive growth and development, where all nations can thrive through cooperation and shared prosperity. By championing equality in international relations, President Faye aims to set a standard of integrity and fairness that promotes stability and prosperity across Africa and beyond. So, how would the future of Senegal-France relations be if they follow a win-win approach? If France agrees to not exploit Senegal and instead fosters a relationship based on mutual respect, equality, and shared benefit, it could lead to a significant transformation in Senegal-France relations. A commitment from France to respect Senegal's sovereignty and interests would enhance mutual trust between the two nations. This could lead to more open and constructive dialogues on bilateral and global issues, fostering a stronger diplomatic partnership. With fair and equitable terms established, Senegal and France could deepen cooperation in various sectors such as education, healthcare, infrastructure development, and cultural exchanges. This cooperation could be mutually beneficial, leveraging each country's strengths for shared goals. Both nations could collaborate on regional and international initiatives, including peacekeeping missions, climate change mitigation efforts, and humanitarian aid projects. Such joint efforts could strengthen their influence and standing in global affairs. How about economic relations? Fair terms and economic agreements could stimulate increased trade and investment flows between Senegal and France. This could lead to the development of new industries, job creation, and economic growth in both countries. Cooperation in technology transfer and innovation could accelerate Senegal's development in sectors such as renewable energy, agriculture, and digital infrastructure. French expertise could complement Senegal's development goals, fostering sustainable growth. France's support in infrastructure projects, under fair conditions, could modernize Senegal's transportation networks, energy grids, and urban development. This would improve the quality of life for Senegalese citizens while creating opportunities for French companies. And how would this impact cultural exchange? Enhanced cultural exchanges and educational partnerships could promote mutual understanding and appreciation between Senegal and France. This would strengthen people-to-people ties and promote cultural diversity. Collaboration between universities and research institutions could drive innovation and knowledge sharing. Senegalese students studying in France and vice versa could benefit from expanded educational opportunities and skills development. Also, a stable and cooperative Senegal-France relationship could contribute to regional stability in West Africa. Joint efforts in security cooperation and regional integration initiatives could promote peace and prosperity across the region. Together, Senegal and France could advocate for shared priorities on the international stage, including climate change, human rights, and global health. Their unified voice could amplify their impact in international organizations and forums. Let's end the video with one question. Is Faye visiting nations like puppet leaders do? He is one of the few leaders who have visited the West with his head up. President Bassirou Diomaye Faye's win-win approach and his emphasis on Pan-Africanism unequivocally demonstrate that he is not a Western puppet. His strategic policies and diplomatic maneuvers reflect a commitment to safeguarding Senegal's sovereignty while advocating for equitable partnerships with international allies. Faye's win-win approach is rooted in promoting mutual benefit in all engagements with foreign nations, including former colonial powers like France. By prioritizing fair terms in trade agreements, economic partnerships, and diplomatic relations, he aims to ensure that Senegal derives tangible benefits that contribute to its development and prosperity. This approach resonates deeply with the Senegalese population, who view it as a departure from historically exploitative relationships and a step towards genuine collaboration on equal footing. Local sentiment in Senegal overwhelmingly supports Faye's stance against being perceived as a Western puppet. His policies, speeches, and actions consistently reinforce his commitment to national sovereignty, economic independence, and cultural integrity. By advocating for policies that prioritize Africa's interests and advocating for fair treatment in international relations, Faye has earned the trust and admiration of his people, who view him as a leader who stands firm in defending Senegal's rights and aspirations. Do you think Faye is one of the best leaders of Africa so far? Will he ever let the West exploit? Let us know in the comment section. Will France ever think of exploiting Senegal? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.